What up, guys? Welcome back to the vlog. It is car week. That does not mean that it is a week about cars. I guess it kind of does mean it's a week about cars, but it's a technical term. It's an actual thing. It is car week in Monterey, California. It is a week fully dedicated to cars. We do car things for the entire week, which is kind of just a normal day for me. Behind me, you hear a Lamborghini starting up. That is my friend Jack. We've got some cool cars here. We are taking a little convoy up to Monterey, where we'll be spending the week doing all sorts of different car things. So I'm going to be bringing you along for the week, show you all the different things from auctions to the parties, to the car shows, to the driving, to who knows what else is going to happen. It's going to be a long week. It always is. Car Week 2024. Let's get it started. All right, so one of my favorite cars has always been the Lamborghini Murcielago. We've had these cars in inventory before in Japan and shipped them kind of all over. I've never sat in one before. Jack has this amazing one, and I mean, he's pretty tall.
6'2".
6'2". I got a few more inches, but I mean, it looks like you could fit, but I don't know if you should fit. I'm gonna try it out and see if I can get in here. He says you can slouch in these, but again, true Lamborghini fashion, really wide doors.
Yep.
So let's see, man. I mean, it's not ideal. I mean, it's sort of could be possible, but not really.
Your legs are, really
dude.
around the wheel there.
Man, what a bummer.
Here, let me see this.
Dude. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
I mean,
you could, but it would. It might be a little
yeah, dude. Well,
discomforted.
Yeah, well, passenger seats from here on out, I guess. But yeah, this thing is so sick. I was behind it for the whole way up here, and it sounds absolutely insane. Every time he downshifts, it just sounds wild. This thing looks so good on the road. What up, guys? We are here at the Japanese Automotive Invitational. This is something that happens at Pebble Beach here in Monterey, California during Car Week. So we're at the Pebble Beach Golf Course, and in front of me is a curated collection of some pretty incredible cars, including some special ones to me. So let's jump into it and check out what's here. First car is this Hakosuka Skyline. This is Taka, who works at Top Rank, does all of our inspections and stuff on the cars. This is his personal car. It's a super rad car. He's had it a very long time. I want to say like 30 years or so. He brought this car with him from Japan, and it is here being shown, so I think that's pretty cool for him. We've got Ashley's Infiniti M30 here, which is a pretty rad car also. Infiniti is the title sponsor for this, so they brought this car out, which is pretty cool to see it there. This one is out of the Infiniti collection. This is an Infiniti car itself. We've seen this one before. Interesting color. This is Sean's Nissan Stagia, so pretty interesting car as well. This thing is available for sale on our website now if you would like it, but this has the RB26 in it out of a Skyline GTR, has the drivetrain out of an R33 GTR. Makes it kind of an interesting car. A lot of people call it the dad wagon. I can definitely see why for that, but cool car. If you're ever interested in one of these, generally we have one around. Right next to it is Nissan Figaro, again, also one of our cars. So kind of cool to see that here. That one's been getting a lot of attention. We've got the Back to the Future style SR5 Toyota, 1985, the year of my birth. So pretty interesting to see. This is what people were mobbing around in. Even got the little vest in there from it. We got Pajero Evo here. This is, I don't know whose car this is, but it is very cool. It's very nice. I like it a lot. Lawrence, wow, cool car, dude. Nice. Celica ST185 all track, one of my favorites. This is RJ's car. Really cool car. Sick to have this thing out, especially with the white wheels. Really, really cool. 72 Land Cruiser here is a really interesting one. This is my friend Julio's LFA. This thing is so sick. Definitely a dream car of mine. I would love to have an LFA. I've driven one of these one time. It sounds absolutely insane. Definitely one of my favorite sounding exhausts on the entire planet. Right next to it, a little AutoZam AZ1. These cars are pretty rad. Doors fold up like butterfly doors. Pretty cool to see that on an older Japanese car like that. This NSX-R is quite incredible. We sold one of these at auction on Thursday. But Richard Ha, excellent taste in cars, sir. Very cool to see this one here. Jumping into what I think are the big ones, obviously, is our Built by Legends R34 GTRs. If you're familiar with the Built by Legends program, it is a resto mod program, a reimagination, if you will, of what a Skyline GTR could be today and is here in real life. This is the white R34 Skyline GTR, Built by Legends car. It has a 650 horsepower engine, built by Mines, which is the MB7 engine. That stands for Mines Built. 700 PS, so 650 horsepower. This carbon bumper was redesigned specifically for this car. It's something as part of the program that we did to kind of modernize the look of this. It looks absolutely incredible. They're on both cars. Inside, this is an ultra suede interior, which features a pattern of Mount Fuji, again built by Legends, in the headrest there. Totally redone interior, all ultra suede, Mine steering wheel. Everything on this car is touched. The Mines ghost stripe there, I don't know if that's picking it up or not, but a subtle detail on this car. Of course, more carbon fiber on the back. Going into the next car, which is the Bayside Blue car. This one is unique in that it has the same bumper, but has blue carbon. So these bumpers are one singular carbon piece, and it's just painted differently here, an exposed carbon in blue down there. Same thing with the hood, the NECA duct in the blue carbon. This interior a bit more simpler, just black on blue, so pretty straightforward, just clean looking interior. Going back to the back with more blue exposed carbon to kind of finish off the look of this car. Both really appealing cars, two different styles, and this is actually the first time that they're both publicly on display in the United States. We've shown them at Fuji Speedway when the customers took delivery of the cars. Now for the first time in the US, both of them here on display, so pretty cool to see them here for that. All right guys, we are here in Monterey at Laguna Seca for the Rolex Reunion, which is part of Car Week. It is a big event. See the Rolex Reunion here. There's lots of historic racing, lots of vintage racing, lots of cool race cars from all generations here. This year they're celebrating 50 years of racing here as part of the Rolex Reunion. So there's going to be some really amazing cars here. I'm gonna hop into it right now, see what I can find, including something really incredible from Nissan, the new Skyline GTR. So we are here at the Nissan footprint. In front of me is an R35 GTR T-Spec. So this is a midnight purple one. This will be one of the final edition cars. They have the T-Spec, the Takumi edition, which is the master edition, if you will, and then they have the, I guess, officially Skyline GTR, which is finished in blue. Bayside blue for the final edition of the Skyline GTR. Previously in the United States, it had never been called a Skyline. It was always just a GTR. Skyline was reserved specifically for Japan. Ford actually had a copyright for Skyline here, or a trademark for Skyline here, so couldn't really call it a Skyline. But when it came here in 2008, 2007 in Japan, it was just a GTR. So now you get a good look at what is the Skyline GTR here in the United States. One thing that's kind of unique is that, I don't think they'll be opening it up, but the interior is finished in what's called Heavenly Blue. So Heavenly Blue, the joke from Tamura was that the car has died and has gone to heaven, so Heavenly Blue. I don't think that's like official, but kind of a little bit of a redesign here on the rear wing. And of course, obviously the very notable Bayside Blue. On the back here, you have a plate that says Skyline Edition. This I don't think is entirely completed because there will be some additional features I think that will better identify the car as a Skyline. But very cool to see it out here for the first time in person. And I hear race cars behind me, so time to find some race cars. All right, cars are getting situated here to run for the first official session of today in competition. One thing in front of me is this really cool Hakosuka GTR. This was at the Z-Car Garage booth, so I'm guessing Rob has something to do with this. So cool to see a Hako here. Got the side pipe exhaust, side exit exhaust, which is like something I really want to do to my R32 GTR, but so cool to see this here. I'm looking forward to seeing this thing on track here shortly. Incredible. Alright guys, that is it for our time here at Laguna. It is getting really, really hot, so we're heading back into Monterey for Exotics on Broadway, our next stop in this journey. Alright guys, so this is Exotics on Broadway. It is packed. They do this during the day now. They used to do it at night, but it's during the day probably because people, I guess the later it gets at night, more wily people get. But there's some cool cars here, so I'm gonna snap some photos, get some B-roll. This is Exotics on Broadway. Well, I didn't know Cool Collective was